All right. Hey, Internet. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Twitch. This is Nate. You can also call me Nathan. Please never call me Nathaniel. And welcome to Game 1 of Group 2 of why do these guys have such high scores? Of, of the Monster Train, The Last Divinity Open Invitation number 6. We are just about ready to get started with the next game. Go ahead and message them, Narninian, if you would, to tell them that they can already start. Oh, there's some math going on here.
Oh, because the run was completed. Let me fix that.
I got it. If you can message them, tell them they can already go to the first opening screen of the game. Needs more integrals. All right. So, if you're not familiar with the format, they're going to play 2 games. The total score of both games will determine who qualifies and who is eliminated. The scoring is completely unique to the tournament. If you want to see the scoring methodology, you can check out my Discord, or you can go into the Reddit, Monster Train Reddit, and I have it there in a Reddit post. But basically, they get points for completing rings. They get points for how much damage they take. They get points for the number of pack shards they get. And they get points for flying kills. If they have to restart, the first restart, they lose all the points from that ring. If they have to restart a second time on a single ring, they will no longer get any more points for that entire run. They will keep the points they had up until that point. So the combo is Sentient. No, not Sentient. It is Wildington plus Umbra.
Yeah. So, and we're going with the morsels, and it's the Diligent. So interesting.
Yeah, kind of a tough combo here. Diligent especially makes Umbra in particular challenging, but Awoken also very, very spell reliant clans.
I don't know. So I think these 2 clans are actually the ones that have the most spell generation. So if they can get one of the 2 Awoken artifacts, if they can get the Ember generator Umbra card, that could just deal with the consume effect at least.
They're all
does shut down holdover like Ember Drain stuff.
Also, Cuthberto, if you want to jump in and commentate with us, you are welcome to join. Just jump into room 3.
I'm gonna message Cuthbert to say you can enter.
All you had to do was ask.
Welcome. The name label should be fixed. Oh, you're totally right. Good. Good catch.
I think I have another shot there.
Cuthberto, Gabriet, Loxolotl.
All right, there we go. Everyone's in.
And
I'll give them a minute warning, and well, it's 2 minutes. So never mind.
There we go. Now we got correct names.
So yeah, I like seeing Glimmer against the Diligent. It's one way
to clear those bottom floors.
Yeah. Blight. Yeah.
Mine collapse as well. So I think they have really good ways to deal with garbage makers in general. And then they also have Daedalus and Arcus, very similar to what we saw in the last run. Kind of a blend of the first 2 runs in terms of boss makeup. But yeah, very interesting to see how they tackle Wildington. That's a lot of space that you have to try to work around. But you have the clan that can deal with that. So, I mean, getting more capacity I think is pretty huge. I would say Umbra is not the best for Strangler builds, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the Ember Drain package, Strangler's pretty strong, but that's tough with the Diligent.
Yes, and it's tough when you don't start with any of the pieces in your starting hand.
Yeah, and then Pyrogrow is kind of wasted if you do go Ember Drained as well. I'm gonna put a 1 minute warning in chat. 1 minute. Once it.
Cod, what would you do? You've got Wildington, you've got Umbra. What's your strategy?
I'm pretty much going all in on either Awoken or Umbra here. It's just so difficult to get something Umbra going with Wildington though without fatties.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it can be done, but strongly recommend against it.
I think the one that can work, but it's rare, is if you get Morsel made, that can be pretty good with Wildington, because then you don't need so much capacity, you just need the one. But if you really like need a Gorger, like a robot or something like that, having enough capacity is pretty tough.
alright.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the right capacity cards and stuff like that, you can even have a
Like,
Strangler
down.
hanging out with a
I-
Shadow Eater. But generally, I would prefer Awoken cards here and possibly feeding them morsels or something.
All
like that
right,
for this
and we're off.
All right, so
Yeah, ooh, Emblem of Exiles and Guildmarker, both very nice artifacts to start with.
agreed. And they have Thornlord and Strangler. I mean, I think you go with Strangler when you get the Emblem of Exiles, because that's the biggest problem with Strangler is the low health total. But if you're gonna have +5 health every turn, like that kind of doesn't fix it, but it does help a bit. But we see a pretty good mix.
If you get a defensive card like Lifesteal or something like that with Strangler that's getting a life every turn, you're pretty much golden in terms of not leaking. And in these tournament scores, you really don't want to leak.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point, with Strangler being a tournament score-based thing.
All right, so we have most people take, actually everyone except for Gabriel took the money, and I think most of them are taking the trial as well. Loxo did not. ReidoBaiao did, and so did
Gabriel,
yeah,
Gabriel did take the money.
he did. Oh, he took it at the end. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He looked at the champ first. He went with he did go with Thornlord, and so we have two
Two Thornlords, two Thornlords, two Stranglers.
At least yeah, so a good mix here. It's a tough trial. Gabriel's skipping the trial with Thornlord. I think that makes sense since he's not gonna be able to sweep the back enemies. That's a lot of fire damage.
Yeah, agreed. He should have no problems killing like 1 or 2 units at a time, and now with his Glimmer, he can kill others. Unfortunate, he isn't able to kill the Collector though. And for the others, I think the Strangler. Oh, yeah, the Strangler builds should be just fine. Looks like both Strangler builds took the trial, and both Thornlord builds did not take the trial.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, really good Glimmer here. Is he going to have enough damage? He will. Just one more Root Seeds. And it looks like Loxo should be able to lock in this clean first run. I think all of them should be pretty clean here. Ooh. Lucking out with a lifesteal on the top left there for Cuthberto. Otherwise, his champion would be in a tough spot, and Gabriel is going to get a clean kill here.
Yep. No damage for Gabriel.
And ooh, not a clean kill yet for Cuthberto, but he hasn't played his Mind Collapse, and he hasn't played his other stuff. Clean
Razor, Sharp Edge, and Steel Enhancer.
Those are some of the top cards.
I mean, I'd take all 3 of those because it's the Diligent. And Perils. I think you take Perils, even though it's bad for Diligent. I think you take it.
Yeah, agreed.
You've got access to a lot of zero cost cards here, so I think it's not really that big of an issue to take perils against the Diligent here.
And it looks
I
like
used to be super scared of doing that, but it's easier with awaken.
And then that opens up stuff like Void Binding and, First Tap down the road. And Gabriel were thinking hard. I mean, I would have probably snapped Pick Perils, and he's skipping.
I think it's also tough, especially early before you get an artifact to help you deal with Divinity or with Seraph. I think it's hard to not try to take at least a spell or two every single ring.
Yeah. Like, even if you can't use Perils, like, you can throw it on a morsel or something if you have to.
Right.
Ooh,
not the best units here for this build.
Pretty mediocre options with no heals in the deck, and Wilting Sapwood just being very difficult to use in any deck. But we do have 30. Go ahead.
I actually think that Woken Hollow has a lot of potential with Umbra as a partner with things like Lifesteal and Shadow Eater infusions and stuff.
It's true.
It's wacky, but
they don't have any currently in the deck is the one challenge I see.
Yeah.
I would say like the optimal would be to get a sweeper and then have Lifesteal, right? Like on holdover. So every turn you're getting those triggers. But again, that's like very specific. You have to kind of have that set up. I actually, you know what I would do? This may be insane. I would take Wilting Sapwood, and I would take the Morsel Maker, and I would put the Wilting Sapwood on the Morsel Maker. It's a 0 cost that just creates them all the time.
And it's nice and tiny too.
Exactly.
I do like the 30 damage and Glimmer though.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
I guess there is some healing in the deck. I didn't think about that. There is the 2 Glimmers.
All right, several players.
If you get Sketches of Salvation with Woken Hollows and Glimmers, that could be very nice for the game.
So this could be a tough boss for your secondary unit. Although I you know what, one thing I didn't think about with Hollow is we do start with 2 Glimmers here.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. I don't think it's enough damage to get the kill. And it always feels bad if you do have your Thornlord to not actually play spells on that floor. Not that it's like a huge part of your damage,
it doesn't scale that much.
Still feels bad.
It does feel bad. So we have 1 Morsel Maker. I like the Morsel Maker here, to be honest. If you can find a way to get any type of damage shield on your morsels, like that's 11 health and 6 damage per turn on a Strangler, which is really solid.
I mean, the nice thing about Morsel Maker is it's a decent infusion later if you can't keep your morsels alive.
Right.
Like on a sweeper or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Morsel Maker has so much going for it outside of it just being a Morsel Maker, you know?
Right.
So things like actually turning it into a carry are possible, if not in this setup probably, unless you really go into that razor sharp edge. But
I mean, if you go into Strength or Predator, like those morsels can stay alive potentially if you're doing enough damage. But not against Divinity.
So Gabriel, clean kill on ring 2.
Also Cuthberto.
Really solid starts from all these players, and in a setup that has the potential to just be a real struggle, a real slog. But
I mean, Sharpen's so expensive. I don't mind taking 1 though, because it's a way to deal with backliners.
For those that have the Awoken Hollows, though, wouldn't you want the sap or the wilting sap or the?
That's true. It's true. It really depends on your setup. If you have Strangler already, then it's less exciting. And if you have a Hollow, it's less exciting. But for those that don't have either, we got a clean kill from
Loxo, and also from ReidoBaiao. Yeah, so we have clean kills all around. So very even so far. Everyone has the same score. We'll see if that changes.
Yeah, everyone has 25 shards as well. Oh, no. Red, whatever. I can't say their name.
ReidoBaiao, yeah.
Shards.
And Gabriel's now at 40 as well.
Oh, he just took some shards. Okay. We got the Husk Hermit. I can't imagine he doesn't take that, but we'll see.
Over Animus of Will. That's tough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess both have their merits. I mean,
I would take the Animus to infuse, but the problem is that then you have such low damage scaling. Maybe you just infuse it on itself.
Cuthbert took the Animus. Gabriel's really thinking hard here. I think both have merit.
Yeah. Whoever it's going to be, it's going to be your companion, right? It's going to be your
Umbra consumable. No. Oh, Stygian consumable. What?
Oh yeah, you take Wildwood Sap, I think, if you have Woken Hollow.
But I try to high roll for this Space Prism myself, but.
I think I'm also taking Umbria for the Space Prism. Also, don't you... I'm not sure what other cards you can get there, but I think Prismal is another one. So.
Yeah, you can also get the Morsel card. I mean, Prismal's pretty good, especially considering the artifact choice included the X cost one in the middle there for some of the players, at least. Yeah. So you get consume remove on that damage shield card, then that's a way to keep something like your Animus of Will alive.
Right. And there's always the hope that you get the X costs, right? That you get.
No,
oh, they already got it. They already got it. Oh, yeah.
They got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, somehow I missed that.
Now they just need a rail spike.
Yes. That would be the ideal. Okay, so Gabriel's the first one to size this one up. Cuthberto's kind of chilling. I think he's waiting to see. I mean, really good start. Having an opening hand Glimmer there, really coming in handy for Gabriel. He's getting a ton of damage out. And he did opt for the Sweeper. I think that does make sense. But it's hard not to take an Animus of Will in that combo.
I like the Sweeper a bit more.
And you may have access to Sweeper later on with your Wild and things. So.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too little stake on Sweepers in this instance. But
well, for those that have, I mean, like Gabriel, right? He has the Thorn Lord, so if he doesn't ever take the sweep with Strangler, then that's going to be really handy for him to have for the rest of the run. Damage scaling's a little light right now, but hopefully it gets better over time. And I think you do. I think you stack your Sweeper with all the damage. Oh, he opts for the Hollow instead. I think I would have put everything onto the Hollow, or onto the Sweeper instead, personally. But
I mean, it doesn't, like, it's not like the bosses do AoE damage, so I think it's better to put it on the front unit.
I guess it's true. I'm just thinking that you're probably out healing those anyway, and they just go to waste, but it probably doesn't really matter.
That's a good point, yeah. Didn't think about that.
I'm fairly for putting it on the back liner here. I'd like to have all that damage shield ready when it's Relentless time, not being away by some little...
But all of them like looking really solid in a Daedalus. Like even Reido, who's got like 60 shards going into this fight, still looking like at least having no problems really clearing everything. Getting pretty lucky with these lifesteal morsels as well. Certainly not hurting. And yeah, I think Gabriel's locked this in for sure. 65 damage plus damage shield, like, and
I don't know if
145
Mr.
health to
Guy's
get
talking
through.
about.
Yeah, he's got it.
I really like Gabriel's choice of Divine Artifact here.
With the
Yeah.
Very clear understanding of the tournament's rules, and I think it best accomplishes your tournament score goals.
Ooh, Unleash the Wildwood. I like that.
yeah, I mean, it's just solid for Divinity Fight, because that's often the big problem, right? You might have a big frontliner, but you play top floor, your backliner dies. But here you're just good.
There's your Animus. You could.
He got it.
Yeah, you could infuse that. He's going to infuse that, I bet.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely.
Although that is going to be really low damage to start with.
Yeah, but I feel like between Root Seeds and any heal at all.
Fight. Clean Fight unlocks.
So just completely tied up here across all players right now.
I really don't like another Hollow or the robot at all. The robot doesn't work.
If you took the earlier robot, you could take the second robot. But if you didn't take the earlier robot, which nobody did, then you don't take this robot. Honestly, the fact that robot can self-infuse is the only reason I think it's relevant anymore. Clean kill.
With a clean fight, yeah.
So it looks like across the board we're gonna have
Shadow Eater. I actually don't mind Shadow Eater. Shadow Eater on Awoken Hollow is interesting because that heal. Although what does it eat is the problem, I guess.
right.
Oh,
I think Morsel Maker here might be a mistake. Who's he gonna put it on? The
Yeah.
Hollow? I think he would self-infuse Hollow.
I like Hollow on the sweeper too, honestly.
But
And-
it gives you a lot of potential later on with lifesteal and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah, because Hollow on the sweeper is like a large stone, but better, right?
orders of magnitude better if they keep going into all these heals and stuff.
Yeah. And it looks like only Gabriel opted for draw. I kind of agree with everybody else's play. I think in this particular combo, you can justify going capacity and fit something on that floor with your units. I mean, even a single morsel could be life-saving depending on how the run goes.
Yeah, I mean, I lost my train of thought.
All right, so looks like they're now finishing up their upgrades before jumping into. I mean, this is like crazy. They're all, not only are they all having with the same score, they're all like kind of keeping pace with each other. The only one that's now entering the fight is Gabriel. Do you take the trial here? If you have Strangler, you definitely take the trial. If you don't have Strangler, you probably still take the trial because Thornlord kills them all anyway, no matter what you draw.
Yeah.
Although you have a 0 damage Husker hit to start with. Not exactly breaking records here.
That's not a very safe start.
But you do have 2 mind collapses, so he can kill 2 of them right off the bat. Plus he's going to get the 3 stings. Like, he's probably fine. And you just go mind collapse, maybe 1 sting, or even just sting, and then mind collapse the backliner so that you don't have to worry about that guy. I guess is his quick? Is that why? Oh, it's quick. Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah, it's quick.
I didn't realize it was quick.
This is one of those moments where I'm very disappointed by the fact that I don't have Shattered Shell instead of Oskumas.
Yeah, but I would say in general, I kind of have been leaning more on Husk Hermit because I find the health to be so valuable. But yeah, no, that's fair. On floors like this where you're just a bunch of low health units would be really
I
solid.
mean, you're probably seeing more spikes in general than you are seeing these floors of 1 health units. So it definitely makes sense more of the time. But it's still sad.
It's heartbreaking to lose out on the collector here.
Yeah, it's a do you greed play here. You can get it. He can glimmer it if he wants, but you lose out on a lot. Oh, it's a 2 health glimmer. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm probably playing the Shades Bitter here and hoping for a damage.
Yeah, glimmer here probably makes the most sense.
Oh, but then you have to do it every turn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do have
Getting the
a
stealth unit sort of
super.
commits you to repeating that action.
Oh man, we might see some damage come out. Although he just needs to put some damage, ReidoBaiao on the sweeper, and then he's fine. The sweeper will then clear out and kill everything.
Ooh. Ugh, rough.
Oh, ouch. Loxo getting hit in the pyre. Right in the pyre. Oh no. He might lose his Wildington
I
here.
played with the tournament scoring leading in the week leading up to this, and that fire damage really is like the biggest thing.
It's so hard to like constantly try to keep leaks from getting there. I mean, Strangler does that, but you're seeing right here, like, his guy is living though. He is living. Maybe he gets there. And it wasn't clean, but we do get kills from Loxo here. 30 damage
30.
taken.
So it takes more than 20.
Again.
Gemtro, Grovel. I like Grovel. He skips it though.
Reido, he's probably going to lose his Wildington here.
All right, Gabriel's getting
Ouch.
28 damage kill in.
Yeah, I think everyone took a lot of damage here.
Ooh, rare melting. Rare. I don't think you do Hellhorns because
you can't get fragile. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously Transcendent is useless. We don't have any race generation. I think it's not Hellhorns.
I mean, it's not useless. You would technically get stings every time you play him.
I guess it's a good point. Siren Song's interesting.
Ancient Synergy is also not bad if you can make it 0 cost with this many spells. Reido should be fine. He's got a lot of damage shield on his sweeper here, and he's also got time to maybe build up some more stats. But he took a lot of damage here. I haven't really been following too much Cuthberto. Looks like he's doing okay, but leaking. He is leaking. All of them leaked during this fight. Yeah, we got another kill, but let's see how much damage Reido took.
I've always responsible checking of the.
Oof.
50 damage.
50 damage.
I think I would go for melting. I try to high roll either an Endless Tome or Bounty Hunter or something.
Right. Well, Bounty Hunter's now banner. They switched that.
You can't get it from the cavern?
Nope, you can't get it from Cavern Event anymore. Oh! Did he? I think he got the kill here, but wow, that was also very, very close.
68 damage. Everyone took more than 20 in that fight.
So, still even after 4 rings. Dead even run right now. The only thing separating them is
Well,
shard count, really.
yeah.
And Reido,
I
like,
don't mind
has so
how
much
the
more.
Titan you have from the Stygian picks. Nobody's picked it, but
I'm
you
very
got all those
curious
things,
what
you
the
got all those
melting,
plans.
what the melting one was.
Well, I think, has everyone already gone through that part?
Yeah, they all picked Stygian as far as I could tell.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's an ancient synergy. Not really the time you want to see it, but it is there.
It's
I've seen at least 2
okay.
people pick it.
Yeah. A lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. Is it enough to kill these guys? This is the question. I'm not certain.
Oh man, yeah, so the Transcendent would have been also have like 1,000,000 max health as well.
That's true.
Yeah, although I think that max health trigger doesn't stick on there.
No, but if you were,
Once in-
oh, that's right. It would just be the one time, huh? Because it wouldn't keep growing. But it would be a 60 max health unit, or is it 40? I can't remember what it is now. It's changed around. But so far, looks like nobody's in super dire straits. My biggest concern right now is Cuthberto with 2 pyre health going into this final, or this next ring is going to be brutal. I think if you're that low
Yeah.
of health, I think you're like, aren't you obligated to like?
You skip the trial for sure, but is there a health node? I don't know.
There's typically always one on ring 5 prep, but I don't know.
Well, Lox is taking some fire damage.
Yes, and it looks like we could see more pyre damage also from Reido. Depends on how much damage his Mind Collapse can do. I think it can only do 15. I don't think that's enough. He's going to opt to try to lower the damage on one of these backliners instead. So he'll also take 10 damage. Oh, he's rooted. He's good. I forgot that. He's got the Strangler. That's the one saving grace also for Cuthberto, is he has Strangler as well. Oh, Loxy going to take more hits. This could be the end for him, unless he can somehow wrangle up enough damage. It's close. It's very, very close. He's not going to die. But he will take 2 big hits. Oh, 1 big hit. Okay, that's not terrible. This boss is not looking good for him, though. That's a lot of damage coming his way. 42 damage.
This 9 attack animus, which is really going to help out.
Okay, he gets the kill. So Loxy able to clear, although he did take a lot of pyre damage.
Things suddenly aren't looking so hot for our full.
Alright, so 25 damage for Loxy, so another big damage floor.
Animus of Will. I think
Ooh, Preserve Thorns. Preserve Thorns.
Not bad.
Something I would be interested in. Especially with that Stygian spell that gives you... Oh, he skips it.
So now here's the ultimate question is, can Cuthberto somehow survive? I think the biggest concern is like he just can't clear the floors, which means that they overstack. And if a guy gets to the pyre, like he's dead.
So 11 damage for Gabriel.
Not bad. And oh no. Reido He's dying.
Ooh, this not close.
No, that's not looking good.
That is far off.
All right, so that is a ring restart for Reido on 5.
And the problem is he has so many shards. That guy's doing so much damage. I mean, he's got is that 120 right now? That's a lot for ring 5.
Yeah, ambitious. Okay, so Gabriel takes the Preserved Thorns. Thank you. A Crucible extension is expensive. I don't know. It's a little late to shift into that, I think.
I am surprised he didn't take Sharpen here. Like, just take the Sharpen. Because that would be 16 damage onto that guy, but maybe... I feel like you need to get as much damage as possible on your sweeper, or else you just lose, but... Alright, here's Cuthberto. How's he doing? He's getting a lot of damage out. 400 damage, but I don't know if he can do it. He does have the Siren Song to send these guys all up to the pyre, which will help a lot. But he doesn't have, he has like no damage up there.
And spikes. I have a problem to seeing something with spikes up there.
Oh, he does have spikes. Oh yeah, that's not good. He has like no damage. This is dangerous. I don't think he can do it. He can't eat them up because of the spikes.
Yeah, it's not looking
We're
good.
going sideways pretty heavily here.
I mean, I think you play the perils.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Oh, he didn't. Oh, yeah. That's, I mean, the boss is gaining health, but he only has to do 100 damage. That's the worst part. If he can just survive, then he would be fine. He doesn't have to do a ton of damage. Lifesteal's not going to cut it.
Yeah, because you have to last 2 rounds.
He can block with 1 unit, 1 hit, 210,
That's
52 would be enough. He needs to put it in the front. If he puts it, oh, if he puts it in the front, his sweeper will kill the thing.
Oh dear.
All right, looks like the morsels, the great eating of morsels has begun for Gabriel. Get rid of the morsel maker and shade splitter.
Do we think that... I'm not sure that Reido still... I don't think he has enough damage still. It's not changed too much. And that guy's just still doing way too much. Oh, it's closer.
Yeah.
But like he has to get to 9... He has to get to almost 1,000 damage at this point. That's insane.
Yeah, there's no way. So we got 2 losses right now. Cuthbert just took his loss. And Reido's looking like... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just know. There's no ways you can pull it off.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Going into this ring 6 now, I mean, with 2 of them down, and we have to see, can the others actually make it through the rest of the fight, right? I think they have more options. I think you need, I think it was almost mandatory to take the Razor Sharp Edge. I was surprised that so many people opted not to take it. It's so strong.
Yeah, I mean, I've regretted not taking it early on quite a few times. If I see it, I'll take it. If I have to remove it later, I have to remove it later. It's just no excuse not to take it early. Unless I suppose you already have them.
Oh, he's got incant floor coming now. And between the other 2, I mean, it's going to be a race. This has just been brutal. Definitely much harder than the runs we saw, I think, earlier in general.
After such a smooth start, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah, that's true. Like perfect runs and then just floor four just came out like a wrecking ball, as Miley Cyrus would say. I think it looks like right now I think they both have the scaling potential. I'm a little bit looking at Loxo. I think he doesn't have quite as solid of a setup as Gabriel, but it's not terrible. That is an expensive root seeds. The 3 cost root seeds.
I mean,
We hate to
either
see
one
it.
of them,
Oh man.
either one of them could just look at the fact that 2 people have left and sort of
Well,
become complacent now, which would be a terrible mistake. But
yeah, because there's 2 runs.
Yes. Gabriel did take some damage here. And, I mean, Solgard's no pushover. He does a lot of damage, and it's not a lot of hits. So, like, little bits of spikes isn't going to do much for you. Like, he'll take things down pretty quick. And I think oh, he didn't. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that Loxo did not take the first Hell Pact.
Yeah.
Also, he did the mistake that I always make, which is you play your morsel and then you rejuvenate. All right, how are we looking? So he's going to get the kill
that's
here.
common with, I think the rejuvenating trigger on a morsel thing is so common with even the most experienced players.
I would never do that. Certainly never do that in a stream. So I don't know where that's coming from. What do we got here? Gabriel looking really solid so far, but he might have enough damage. Let's see. He can probably take... Yeah, he should be good. He doesn't have that many shards. Does he only have 25 shards?
Right.
Wow.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did Lox? I was checking something else. Is Lox? Did he do a clean run?
I don't know. Let's put it as clean and then we can check it later.
Gabriel took 4 damage.
Okay,
And
that's a pick for sweepers.
yeah, that's definitely a pick.
Oh, build a card.
Regen.
Oh, I would not take anything. I'd leave it. I've been more and more leaving it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Ooh.
You take gold. Honestly, as late as it is, capacity.
It's too late. It's a capacity, but the problem is it's too late to use it.
I would almost do nothing. Regen is just not as good as an actual restore.
Yeah, unless you're stacking crazy regen already and you're just using that to sustain it, it's kind of meh compared to the other
Yeah.
status effect ones.
So they're opting for different paths here. Gabriel prioritizing the removal. He needs to get shards though. He's got to get a lot of shards if he's going to even face Divinity at all. And even though these guys lost, they lost a little bit deeper into the run than Penguin did, so they're not like insanely far behind. They have 55 points going into game 2. That's about the margin.
Yeah.
75, right? Not 20.
-2 on trample. I actually like that. It's a one-time card, but it's so important to get it out as soon as you draw it.
Absolutely. I mean, if you can't play that when you get it out, you're probably taking quite a bit of fire damage.
And now Gabriel,
He's eating
morsel
He's
free.
so many cards, like
But at the same time, he has all the stings from Thornlord, and the stings from the what's it called?
Preserve thorns.
Preserve thorns. So I think he's got enough stuff to yeet that it's not such a big deal. And he's got a bunch of consume cards. He's got the trample. He's got wildwood saps. Like I think it's fine. He's trying to guess, or not guess, but he's trying to estimate, can he take the trial here going into ring 7? Loxo opted for the trial.
Might be rough.
Yeah, I mean you gotta play your unit. Like, gotta play your unit. You have Mind Collapse. So he can Mind Collapse the backliner. I think you Mind Collapse the collector. Even if it doesn't like do anything, you Mind Collapse it anyway. Just to generate Ember. And then you can play your stuff up top. Regen. Ooh, do you play Perils here? I guess not. I see opted not to play it.
I think I agree with that.
Not bad. I mean, he's taking no damage on that top floor. He's taking a lot of damage on the middle floor. But top floor is fine. I mean, you glimmer top, right? So you can get the trigger. I don't know. But you do it after.
Or you don't.
Now you don't. I'm kind of.
I guess.
Oh, go
Pearls
ahead.
doesn't really work. I don't think Pearls works in this deck anymore. Like,
Not at this point. Not this. Not when you don't have the other parts of the package. And it's very risky.
You could always get something here, though.
There's always the chance that it comes in at the same time as Prismal Dust and Morsel.
So the thing I think here is I think that Lox was spending way too much time trying to keep Wildington alive, and I'm thinking that that's going to result in him not having enough damage to kill the boss. That's my big concern for him right now.
It's kind of the reverse of when you're stuck playing the bottom floor and you're busy putting out fires on top every turn.
Right.
You end up not being strong enough when the boss comes in. It's pretty much the same thing here. What's that Wildington really doing for him now?
Exactly. Like at this point, you cut your losses and hope that you're able to with your having your. I mean, look at that guy. He's just clearing the floor. You just buff him up, get him strong enough. Gabriel is leaking some damage here. He did heal some of it back up with Blood for Blood, but I mean, he can't leak anymore or he loses. I don't think he has enough damage to stop this guy from killing him. He can Glimmer and then Sting. Yeah, Gabriel has to restart. So I mean, these guys, even though they lost early, there's still a chance here. And I still am not 100% convinced that he's going to be able to clear this floor. Oh, he is. Okay, he's going to easily clear the floor. I don't know what you guys were worried about.
Turns out damage field is good against the trample buff.
Yeah. Okay, so clean kill there. Loxo pulling into the lead here with 95 points. If he can finish off the run, I think he'll lock in potentially first place, depending on how he plays in the second game. Gabriel needs to find a way to get through this without, losing. And I mean, getting lots of damage on your sweep unit's gonna be a big part of that. Just getting enough damage is so hard. few root seeds here.
It's
Like,
one of those sort of traps that you fall into when you have razor sharp edges. Is thinking, okay, I have enough scaling. There's no chance I don't. And then, well, you don't.
yeah, I just saw Sinner Salve, huge for this run. That's going to be a huge help to just make sure that they're clearing all these floors. Yeah, and I think this is the thing I also saw earlier, is he didn't use the Preserve Thorns. This is going a lot better. Like, he was at this point, this is where he died last time. So he has more damage, he's got more scaling running. I think he'll be okay here. Oh, who did we lose? Oh, we lost Cuthberto, or not, we lost Cuthberto.
Say I'm not even playing.
So sorry, viewers, you're seeing the names all mixed up. But, oh, he's back. Hold on. Let me add him back in. There we go. And, oh!
Blood for blood coming in clutch for Gabriel.
And I think he'll be fine on the boss. I think the biggest issue is leaks. But it's not going to get any easier. Okay. How does he do on this last wave?
Point he gets now is just.
And again, if you're watching, because Gabriel had to restart, he will lose any points that he gained for this floor, which I think is he took enough damage that he's probably at. He's probably at what? Just the 10 points, right, for the clearing the floor. Assuming he can actually kill the boss, but I think he should be able to. He's got a lot of damage shield still on Wildington. And by a lot, I mean he's got one. But with the amount of damage that he's doing, he's probably fine. Yeah, he's crushing.
Yep.
And if you're not playing cards after the boss is already dead, why are you even playing Monster Train?
Yeah, 45 damage taken, but he loses 10 points there. So,
do you take another Preserve Thorns? I kind of think you take. I mean, Cycle's also not terrible. He takes another Preserve Thorns. Blazing Bolts is late, but it's pretty good.
I mean, Preserve Thorns also helps with the Stygian spell. Like,
right. Yeah, that's true. So he's opting, Gabriel's opting to go left path here. Loxy, where's he going to go? Also, shard count wise, Gabriel is like literally at 100, so barely making the threshold for the Divinity fight. I don't know that they have enough damage for Divinity, but we'll see. Maybe they can prove me wrong.
I'm a little bit concerned about the bosses here.
I mean, getting some timely ancient synergies will certainly help. Gabriel did get a second multi-strike, which is pretty good. He opts to yeet his Awoken Hollow, and he's just going to go all in on this setup here. I kind of think you take... What do you dupe here? Ancient Synergy? Another Razor Sharp Edge? It's a tough call.
Hollow's going to run out of life, right?
Yeah. I mean, at least they're not going to... the garbage is going to be annoying because it's going to affect their draws, but it's not going to really affect their... oh, wow. That is just not very much damage. One might even say that's almost no damage. Oh, man. Is he killing them now? Ancient Synergy... with Trample, it's helping. It's just not quite there yet. You try to do as much damage as you can on the. I think he needs to stop trying to keep Wildington rolling, and just hit that front unit, get him as low as possible.
But I think that's another trap that even experienced players fall in. This idea that your champion must be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've lost our champion too many times for that to still be true for us. There's a lot of people out there that like to keep that champion alive.
Yeah, just the damage is just. I mean, again, Aegis Energy coming in, it's super helpful here, but it's like barely hanging on. And this in like Seraph.
Yeah, Divinity is going to be... I don't think they're going to be able to defeat Divinity.
The only thing I could think that's going to be different about Divinity versus here is that they won't be getting garbage, so at least they'll be drawing better. But it's still tough. Gabriel did opt for full. I think, or did they both go for full Thornlord here? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is looking pretty suspect, though. Loxo has the better scaling because of the rejuvenation triggers, but at the same time, I still don't know. I mean, he's still struggling to get enough damage out. Oof. Oh my gosh. Healed. Gabriel barely holding on again. He's now clearing floors pretty decently, but yeah, even if they win, they're not going to have a super high scores going into game 2, and I'm still not convinced about this. I'm trying to think. How do you survive this? I think they would have need to have gotten like spell chains -1s on their razor sharp edges just to get enough scaling. The other major problem that we're not really seeing having to be dealt with right now is your backliner dying to Divinity as well. They might be okay because of glimmers, but oh, Loxo is at.
That's not enough damage on either.
Oh, why would you put that guy in the front? Put him in the front. But no, it's still not close. Oof.
Oh, both of them.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, this gives the other two a chance to catch up, basically, right?
Yes.
Gabriel opting to take it there.
He's taking it right in the purse before he dies. Oh, he's gonna try again. He'll try again. They're both gonna try again.
Funny how in sync they are.
Yes.
I think they might be colluding. How does one collude in Monster Train?
I just don't see them getting enough damage. Like, I mean, Gabriel, I think he's changing his strategy to be like, I'm going to take every little bit of damage that I can possibly get. Which I understand. I think that makes a lot of sense. I still don't know that it's going to be enough when it comes down to it. You get rid of all your consume cards. You kill things off the best you can. It looks like Loxo has kind of stopped trying to keep his Wildington alive. and more just still incanting there because it is optimal to incant there. Yeah, this play now makes sense to keep putting the morsels in front to preserve the damage shield for as long as possible. Enough of that could actually push him over a bit. It's still not perfect, but it would get better. And take some pyre damage. Or money damage. take some damage right to the purse again. But seems to be okay.
Well, I mean, I think this will make game 2 a lot more interesting if they both
can't get through the Seraph fight, yeah.
Because the pack bonus is very big. Well, I think either way, I think they're going to struggle with Divinity too if they do make it.
I'm not even certain they can make it here. I mean, Gabriel looks like it's a little bit better than it was before. He's certainly got more damage. But, yeah. Still not quite there. Oh! He got it!
Nice.
Wow. He is at only 100 shards, so it is the easiest Divinity fight you can do. But he's got to get a lot of damage. I mean, the boss's base, I think, is 500 for the first boss, and then 600 or 700 for the second boss. Like, he's not hitting those damage numbers. Even with Ancient Synergy, he's still not hitting those numbers.
I definitely don't see numbers like that coming in, but who knows? Maybe he has a secret plan. Some cards up his sleeve.
So again, even though Gabriel did finish the last fight and finished it clean, he took no damage, he still will get no points for that round. So he got it clean, but we need to add 5 points there. So he's now back down. And Loxo taking the loss here. That means he will end with 95 points. So they're within 40 points, these two other players. It is not over yet for them. Crazy. So Gabriel has a chance. If he wins this, if he actually beats Divinity, that would be 30 points, plus however much he gets from damage taken. So, I mean, there's a lot of points riding on being able to finish here. That would solidify first place for him. Probably for the entire match, but certainly going into the second. Maybe he wouldn't get first, but at least he'd probably solidify his qualifying. Okay, he's got the first leak here. I don't think he can do anything about it. I'm a little bit confused. Oh, because it's money. It's money. I keep forgetting that he can take money damage to the pyre, which is what's helping him out.
I think I picked Golden Vault a lot during my practice. It just makes so much sense.
Yeah, just to keep your pyre healthy. Okay, first boss. That's not enough damage. Can he get closer? I think you got to go all in on Preserve Thorns and just hope. I mean, he might be able to kill the boss with the pyre. It's not that far off.
And he does still have 170 gold, so...
1, 2, 3, 4... Oh my gosh! Okay, he's got to get to 520 for the next boss. If he can get to 520 damage, he's solid. I think he might do it.
Yeah, he has it.
Well, but does he have Divinity? This is what I don't know. The advantage is that he's hitting Divinity so many times before Divinity goes into Relentless.
Yeah, value of a sweeper. Weldington's looking like quite the unit now as well, so
Yeah.
a couple of turns in there.
Yeah, but the thing is, the backliner takes the hits anyway because of the sweep.
But I mean, Weldington's gonna do.
Oh, you mean a lot of damage by himself? Yeah, that's very true. And it is only. Is he killing? Currently not, but it's not that far off. Oh, he's got it.
Glimmers.
There we go.
Glimmers will get there, but he gets it. Crazy.
Nice.
Especially what we know.
Yeah.
Who was what?
Yeah, what experts, commenters are we?
Yes, exactly. He does complete the run, giving him a very solid 114 points going into game 2. Wow, congratulations to Gabriel. That was a very solid finish. And with that, we can take a pause here, and we'll be back for game number 2 in about 30 minutes. Let me just put a timer up for myself. And we'll be back with more Monster Train tournament action in just a few minutes.